Mic check 1 2 3 1 2. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. That's what I need. Oh. One, two, 1 2. All right, so. Okay.
The following is a special presentation of Real Presence Radio. On Real Presence Radio. Welcome to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. For the Knights Game Day Show, here's your hosts, Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
And welcome to Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. This is Brett Byler with the Real Presence Radio Network. Dan Johnson won't be able to make it today, and Michael Promus is also tied up, so everyone's stuck with me all game long today, making the season debut, going from the producer chair to the announcer chair, so I just kind of slid over to my left a couple of spots. We have a great boys basketball game to present for you today. The first home game this year for either Sioux Falls O'Gorman boys or girls, as the boys take on the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. In about 20 minutes, we're going to have a little bit of an early tip-off, originally scheduled for 3 o'clock. We're a little ahead of schedule, so maybe around 2:45 or 2:50 the game will be going here at O'Gorman. The Knights boys coming to the ball game with an 0-2 record on the season. They kind of a slow start for them compared to previous seasons, losing to city rivals Sioux Falls Roosevelt by 5 and Sioux Falls Lincoln by 4 last Friday night. So Knights starting out 0-2 on the season. Both the losses combined by only only 9 points. So 2 close losses for OG. The last game they played was against Sioux Falls Lincoln last Friday. The boys lost 52-48, a game that was close all the way. Lincoln led 8-5 after the first quarter. OG led 20-17 at halftime. Lincoln took a 5-point lead going into the fourth quarter and held off an O'Gorman late run to win that ball game. Only Jared Jaros was the only player in double figures in that ball game. He had 19 for Sioux Falls Lincoln, whose boys are 3-0 right now. They play at Roosevelt tonight. The Knights are led by Jeremy Jones for the second straight game with only 9 points. So Knights had no guys double figures in that ball game. They only shot 33% from the field, so a rough shooting game. Just a game where O'Gorman wasn't really in the flow at all offensively from start to finish. Played a lot of kids, a lot of different rotations. Just nothing was quite clicking offensively for the O'Gorman Knights in that ball game. Pierre boys, on the other hand, our opponent tonight here at O'Gorman, they're 2-1 on the season. Started the season off with 2 wins at home last weekend against Douglas and Spearfish, 2 big wins, and then they lost last night in Brookings, 71-59, a game that was actually was in Pierre. They lost to Brookings 71-59. So Pierre actually was only down by 4 points, about 2 minutes left. Brookings hit a couple late free throws to kind of push the lead. Pierre got 30 points in that ball game from Garrett Stout, a junior guard, also the quarterback on the state championship football team in AA. Pierre Governors have won it the last 2 years. Their team features 2 returners from last year as starters in Jack Maher, a senior post at 6'2", and then the junior guard Garrett Stout at 6'1". They also looking for key contributions this year from 6'6" post Gray Zabel. If that name sounds familiar, Zabel is the brother of All-State player Peyton Zabel, who graduated last year. He's now at Augustana for football and baseball. They also will see Paul Adam, a 6'6" junior. He's been in double figures each of the first 2 games as well. Only 2 seniors on the Pierre roster, a younger squad under Coach Becker, but a strong physical team. A lot of football players, as I mentioned, that have been part of the last 2 state title teams. So a game where O'Gorman really has to be strong down low, can't let Pierre shove us around throughout, and it'll be nice being on our home court, see if that helps kind of get us some momentum going as well. The game, like I said, will be starting in about 20 minutes. How you can listen to it and watch it. So, you know, if you're in Sioux Falls, you want to listen on the radio, it's 94.5 FM and also 91.3 FM. Online at yourcatholicradiostation.com. Click under the Now Playing, then click 94.5, 91.3 FM Sioux Falls. On your mobile app, you can download our free mobile app. It's just called Real Presence Radio. Click the stations and then click on Sioux Falls on that. And, of course, the YouTube video stream, you can go to YouTube and search Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls, and then you can find the game. The YouTube stream is up right now. You can hear everything on the stream, and you can also see everything, hear our sponsors on the commercial, see some great slides that Michael Promus has put together for us, and also hear the coaches' interview. So you can basically see and hear everything on the YouTube stream. That's at YouTube, Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. It's also on our Twitter page at RPR Sioux Falls as well. So all the Pierre people kind of watching, they can go to YouTube and watch it as well. Series history, O'Gorman and Pierre, this is the 16th meeting. O'Gorman leads 10-5. Pierre's last win was in the 2015-2016 season, so O'Gorman's won the last 2 matchups. Last year was their last meeting up in Pierre about the same time, December 22nd, and I actually was up there doing the game solo just kind of like this year, so maybe it's just kind of be a tradition that I'll do the Pierre boys game by myself. Pierre lost that to O'Gorman last year, 53-34. Jaron Zwagerman, who's now at Mount Marty, led the Knights with 14 in that ball game. Isaac Struck, who I just saw here, had 11 for O'Gorman. O'Gorman was +8 on the rebounding, and Pierre only shot 33% in that ball game. And then one thing O'Gorman is doing well so far, even though they've lost the first 2 games, they're +7.5 on the rebounds this year, and they're only turning the ball over 10 times a ball game. So that's 2 positives, but the shooting's just not been well. 39% field goals, only 30% on 3-pointers, 13 for 44. Now it's time for our scoreboard update. It's brought to you by Jamison Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor. Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. Jamison can be reached at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes. And we have some games more going on later on tonight, but I do got some sub-varsity scores for O'Gorman boys and Pierre boys. The JV for O'Gorman beat Pierre 83-27, led by Cole Hardy, who had 22 points for the Knights. The freshman A's won for O'Gorman. Jacob Stewart and Mandy Struck had 11 points. John Costello had 10 for O'Gorman. The sophomore boys for O'Gorman, that game just got finished. They won 65-25, and the freshman B team is now playing over in the gym on the rec center right now. O'Gorman and Pierre, no score to report there. Other boys games tonight at 7 o'clock. All these are 7 o'clock tip-offs. Watertown is at Aberdeen Central. Number 3 Sioux Falls Lincoln's at number 2 Sioux Falls Roosevelt. That should be a very good matchup. Lincoln 3-0, Roosevelt 3-1. Roosevelt lost by 3 to Huron the other night for their first loss. Both of those two teams have beat O'Gorman this year. And 7 o'clock, Harrisburg is at Yankton, and that's a rematch from last year's state title game won by the Yankton Bucks. Yankton's 4-0 on the year, number 1 team in state. Girls tonight, the O'Gorman girls are up in Pierre tonight playing the Pierre Lady Governors. That is at a 7 o'clock tip-off. How to watch and listen to that ball game. KCCR is going to be broadcasting the game, and John Winkler will be doing the broadcast. I shared a link to his audio stream on our Twitter page at RPR Sioux Falls, so you can listen to his straight audio feed. He has no video, but if you go to the Pierre's website, that is pierre.k12.sd.us, they are going to video stream that game. So I don't believe there's any audio with it, so you kind of have a couple options. If you want to just watch the game, you can go to Pierre's website, and then you can click under Athletics, and then there'll be Pierre Governors Live, which will be the video stream. If you want to listen to it, it's on as a link that I shared. It's KCCR 1240 in Pierre as a station, and John Winkler will be doing the play-by-play. His pregame show will start about 6:40 tonight. The O'Gorman Knights are 3-1 in the year, coming off a nice win over Sioux Falls Lincoln last night, 48-32, and Pierre is 0-3 right now. The Lady Govs out to a rough start. The only other girls game tonight is Aberdeen Central, the defending state champs, at Watertown. That's a 7 o'clock start. Aberdeen Central 1-2 on the year. Watertown is 0-4. Quick rankings right now in AA girls. These rankings came out this Monday, December 17th. Brandon Valley number 1, 5-0. O'Gorman number 2 at 3-1. Harrisburg is O'Gorman's 2. Harrisburg is 3 at 4-0. Washington number 4 at 5-1. Stevens girls number 5 at 4-1. AA boys, Yankton number 1, 4-0. Roosevelt number 2, 3-1. Lincoln number 3, 3-0. Stevens number 4, 3-2. And Huron number 5, 4-1. That was our scoreboard update, brought to you by Jamison Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll hear from Pierre veteran coach Terry Becker in his 15th year, talking about the Pierre Governors.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jamison Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor, at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Pierre boys basketball coach Terry Becker. Your team has started the season out 2-0 with home wins last Friday and Saturday against Douglas and Spearfish. What did you like most about your team's play in those first two games?
Well, I thought that our kids have done a good job so far of just trying to execute the game plan of what we set up since day one of the practice season. We were fortunate this year to have really no games on that opening weekend like everybody else, so it gave us an extra week of practice time, and it was something that I think we needed because we replaced some pretty good players last year, and we're really young. You'll see on our roster, we've only got 2 seniors. We play a lot of sophomores and juniors. A lot of these guys are people that maybe saw very limited minutes last year, and we really have to expand their roles a lot this year, or guys that have not played at all at the varsity levels. You know, I was pretty happy with how our guys approached the preseason here in terms of practice.
In your first two games, you had 4 players in double figures, Paul, Garrett, Jack, and Gray in both of those games. Do you feel like this team offensively this year will be able to have some good balance with multiple guys being able to score for you?
Well, we hope so. Last year we had simply one of the best players in the state, Peyton Zabel. A lot of the offense was featured around him, and we got good contributions from other people. But, sometimes when you have a great player like that, then there's just a little bit of a subconscious effort by the other players on the court to make sure he gets the ball a little bit more often than he should, because they want him to make plays and they want him to be successful. We know that that's a key ingredient for that. This year, without that awesome player that we had last year, we have a bunch of pretty good players and a bunch of guys that can do different things. And I think our balance is a little bit better. And you find that as you go through the seasons, when you have balanced attack, then it makes you a little bit tougher offensively to plan for.
What is the biggest improvement you'd like to see from your team tonight against O'Gorman compared to the first 2 ball games of the season?
I think that we need to continue to improve on the defensive end of the floor. O'Gorman is going to present so many challenges for us. They're really athletic, and even though they've gotten off to a little bit of a slow start, I believe they're a team they're not gonna have any problem racking up wins once they get some momentum going. So we know that they're very dangerous. They've got a mix of good players on the perimeter and in the post. They present so many challenges to you on the offensive end, because they have guys that can step out and shoot the 3 and put it on the floor, and then they can play with their back to the basket. For us, consistency on the defensive end of the floor is just really going to be critical, because you can't really let up in any one area against them. And that's something that we've tried to ingrain in our guys since day one, is if we want to be a good defensive team, we can't have lapses in any area of our game on that side of the ball, and we have to be consistent throughout the game.
Offensively against O'Gorman, Coach, what type of pace would you like to play with, and what does the offense need to do to continue having success?
Well, I think we have to be careful, in O'Gorman's own gym. I think that, they can get momentum really easily. And to me, it seems like they're a team that is pretty good in transitions. Yes, we want to run and we want to find our opportunities on the fast break and utilize those chances when we have them, because you have to take advantage of that. If you bang it out half court against teams like O'Gorman, then it's going to be really tough sledding for the 32 minutes. So we have to look for those opportunities to run. However, you got to be careful, because they are very athletic and they can make a ton of plays. We got to make sure that we're measured in that response and that we're getting what we want out of every possession. We feel like we've got some guys that can do some things inside. And if you get going up and down the court a little bit too often, then you end up taking a lot of perimeter shots and you get rushed, and then you kind of forget about the inside. So, one of the main points of emphasis for us this season offensively has been to play inside out and feature our post players, and that's, given us good success early on here. So we want to maintain that against the Knights.
Thank you so much, Coach Becker, for your time. Good luck tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Okay, thank you.
That was Pierre boys coach Terry Becker in his 15th year at the helm at Pierre. I want to congratulate Terry and his wife. Had their first baby boy just about a week ago. So he's a new dad and a terrific coach and a great guy. So that's Terry Becker, Pierre's boys basketball coach. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear from O'Gorman's boys basketball coach Derek Roby. Stay tuned.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they're safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life, whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Andrew and Thad can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, and other financial needs. Andrew and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley, Smith Barney LLC, member SIPC.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show, brought to you by First Premier Bank Card. I'm now joined by Sioux Falls O'Gorman boys basketball coach Derek Roby. And Coach, we lost to Sioux Falls Lincoln last Friday night, 52-48. A game that's felt like, to me watching it, just felt like we didn't ever quite get into a great offensive rhythm throughout. We were just kind of, I guess, just not clicking on all cylinders. What did you see from the offense's perspective in that Lincoln game?
Well, you hit the nail right on the head, Brett. We didn't shoot the ball very well. In fact, we haven't been shooting the ball very well. That's a major concern we have as a coaching staff. We only shot 33% at Lincoln. You're not going to win too many games shooting 33%. I think the week before at Rosa we were at like 44%, something like that. There again, the other teams that we're playing that they're facing are shooting 45 and 47%. With that being said, that's the game right there. We have to learn to shoot better, higher percentage shots. I think some of that's some mental toughness as far as staying in touch with what we're trying to do offensively, not just throwing up a shot just to throw up a shot.
Look at the first two games. Against Roosevelt, we had 5 first quarter points. Against Lincoln, we had 8 first quarter points, which is 13 for 2 games. What do you attribute just the slow start scoring-wise in those first 2 games to?
Well, I'm not sure, to be quite honest, but we certainly have to adjust. What we talk to our guys about, keep in mind if you are a starter, if you will, it doesn't necessarily mean you're our best players. What we're trying to do is find the guys that'll get us off to the best start. That's why you are starting the basketball game. They can't take it personally if they're not starting. And with that being said, we're going to have to adjust our lineup. I think the last couple games, and I don't know this for sure, the exact stat, but I know like last game it was a 9-2 run. The time before that, what was it, 8-0 or something like that? So, we'll do the math. We're just not getting off to a very good start, and both of those attribute to the outcome of the game. We were in both games, had to overcome a huge deficit. Like I said, you dig yourself in a hole, now you're trying to fight your way out of it. Then you take a lot of energy to do that.
Are there some positives you can take from the Lincoln game moving forward to tonight against Pierre?
I thought we played really hard. I really did. We got a lot of the 50-50 balls on the floor, tipping out rebounds. They played with some energy and came ready to play, and, they were complimenting each other, being enthused on the bench, those type of things. We rebounded the ball well. It's just that, we're just not shooting the ball very well, and that's what it's kind of coming down to at this point.
Tonight we play Pierre, who's 2-0 right now. They do have a game against Brookings Thursday night, the day before our game. When you look at this Pierre team, what stands out to you about them?
They're huge, and not so much height-wise. They're just big football guys, and obviously they had tremendous success on the football field this year. They're just football guys running around out there. They play very aggressive defense, man-to-man pressure. They'll come after you 94 feet. They're very confident. Like you said, Brett, they're off to a 2-0 start. They're going to be here with a lot of energy, trying to keep their streak alive, if you will. And like I said, they're just going to pound it inside, and we're going to have an answer.
Finally, Coach, you might have mentioned it already, but 2 or 3 things that you're going to put on your bulletin board before the boys go out against Pierre that needs to be done for the Knights to get their first win of the season.
I think first and foremost, we have to stay confident. We're a good basketball team. We can't panic at this point in the season, and that's what we're trying to stress to our guys throughout the week of practice is that, keep everything in perspective. You got beat by 2 really good basketball teams on their home floor, and we had an opportunity to beat them both. Stay confident. Have a little swagger, if you will. So that's first and foremost. Obviously, we have to be able to defend down low tonight. Like I said, with Zabel and Meyer, however you say it. They're just big guys, football guys. They're going to look to pound it. We have to be able to, defend around the perimeter with Adams, Miller. I just think we have to take care of the basketball, and our shot selection has to get better. We can't just continue to fire away from the parking lot and think that we're going to win a lot of games that way. Now, we have to find some guys make some plays.
Thank you so much, Coach Roby, for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you much, Brett.
That was O'Gorman boys basketball coach Derek Roby in his 14th year at the helm. Now it's time for the Keys to Victory. They're brought to you by John Fritsch with the Financial Benefits Company. Financial Benefits Company helps individuals and small businesses plan for retirement. John Fritsch can be reached at 605-334-8086. For O'Gorman tonight, in order for them to get their first win of the season, first home game, number one, I think we need to get the ball inside more. Only 39% field goal shooting for the first 2 ball games. We're averaging shooting 22 3-pointers a ball game, making only 33% of those. Get the ball inside, shoot less threes tonight. We got to handle Pierre's physicality. Like Coach Roby said, big, strong kids, football players. Can't let them just shove us all over the place. We got players to step up. I'm looking right at Okoye, 4.5 points for the first 2 ball games. Jack Cartwright, 5 points. And Cole Brune only 0.5 points. Those guys are barely averaging 11 points combined for the first 3 ball games. You got to do more than just scoring, but those 3 in particular have to play better and then play for each other. O'Gorman plays a lot of kids. I think it's, there are going to be a lot of different rotations. When you get into the ball game, be a superstar in your own roles. That's what Coach Roby had said to me. I don't think that was in the interview, but I love that quote from him. Be a superstar in your own roles. Whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, everyone play for each other. I want to thank John Fritsch for sponsoring those with the Financial Benefits Company. Those are O'Gorman's keys to victory. You've been listening to the First Premier Bank Card Nights Game Day Show. First Premier Bank Card is a proud sponsor of Sioux Falls O'Gorman Sports. First Premier Bank Card, locally grown, nationally known. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the Knights Tip-Off Show. Stay tuned.
Financial Benefits Company helps individuals and small businesses prepare for retirement. Financial Benefits Company's philosophy is safe principal, positive return. You can reach John Fritsch at 605-334-8086 and on the web at fbcjf.com. Financial Benefits Company is a proud sponsor of Catholic Radio.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
Sport involves more than the movement of the body. It demands intelligence and the disciplining of human will. It reveals the wonderful structure of the human person, a spiritual being, a unity of body and soul, created by God. On Real Presence Radio, this is O'Gorman Knights basketball. Today's game is brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Hagen Chiropractic Clinic, Mini Critters, Barnett Vision Clinic, Crossroads, the Barnes DeMoore Group Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley, Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, Jeff Alvey with Fair Tax Inc., John Fritsch with the Financial Benefits Company, Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent Heath Dickelman, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, I. Bailey, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Mark Promis with Providence Financial, Big Rig Barbecue, and Jamison Rounds Managing Partner of Value Visor.
with all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball. Here's Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
And welcome back to Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. This is Brett Byler with the Real Presence Radio Network. It's time to listen to our Priest Reflection Player by Father Sean Haggerty of St. Lambert's Parish. Here is Father Haggerty.
This is Father Sean Haggerty, pastor of St. Lambert Parish in Sioux Falls, and let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. St. Paul tells us to the Corinthians, "Do you not know that the runners in the stadium all run in the race, but only one wins the prize? Run so as to win. Every athlete exercises discipline in every way. They do it to win a perishable crown, but we an imperishable one. Thus I do not run aimlessly. I do not fight as if I were shadowboxing. No, I drive my body and train it for fear that after having preached to others, I myself should be disqualified." Jesus, we ask that as we undertake this competition, that we would know that there's a greater goal to achieve in life, and that is to be with you forever in heaven. And as we do this sporting event, may it remind us to strive with everything that we have to win the crown of heaven, to be with you for all eternity. And we ask that our young people would remain safe during this, that our parents would be able to support all of our children on both teams and also the refs. And may the Lord give them a good eye to make good calls, and help us to also know that in this life not everything is just, but only in the next. Again, Lord, we ask you to keep all of our young people safe in this competition, and may their hearts turn to the competition that ultimately gives a crown that does not wither. And we ask all this in Christ Jesus, who is Lord forever and ever. Amen. Our Lady of Victory, pray for us.
Thank you, Father Haggerty, the priest at St. Lambert's Parish in Sioux Falls, was a vocations director for a while at Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. Love talking to Father Haggerty, just a great guy and a great priest for Sioux Falls Diocese. And now it's time to get into our starting lineups tonight. They're brought to you by the Barnes & Moore Group at Morgan Stanley Financial Advisors in Sioux Falls. The Barnes & Moore Group can be reached at 605-338-6500. Located at 300 Sharapa Place, Suite 503, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Products and services by Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Let's start with the visitors tonight, the Pierre T.F. Riggs Governors. Their record right now on the season is 2-1. Their starters will be at guard, number 3, Alec Miller, a 5'8 senior. At forward, number 5, Paul Adam, a 6'6 junior. Guard number 12 is Garrett Stout, 6'1 junior, a starter last year, a quarterback on the state championship football team for Pierre this fall. Back-to-back state champions in AA. Forward number 40, Jack Maher, 6'2 senior, also started last season. And center is Gray Zabel, 6'6 junior, big kid. Played a lot last year, was a best offensive lineman in the state championship football game against Huron back in November. Governors are coached by Terry Becker in his 15th year. His record is 180 and 138, has a state title in 2012 and 2013, 4-9 career versus O'Gorman, 11 trips to state in the last 13 years. Also coached at Del Rapids, St. Mary's for 7 years. The Pierre Governors finished 4th recently at state in the 2016-2017 season. Now for Sioux Falls O'Gorman, coached by Derek Roby in his 14th year at the helm. His record is 223 and 95 at O'Gorman. Overall in 31 years, he's 463 and 267. 6 state titles for Coach Roby, 2017, 2012, 2011, 2010, 2007, and 2006. That is a lot of state titles. O'Gorman tonight will start Luke Ronsick, a 5'11 senior wearing number 4. Jack Cartwright, 6'3 junior, number 10. Number 22 is Jeremy Jones. He's going to be moved to the starting lineup tonight. 6'3 senior, has led the Knights in scoring each of the first 2 games with 20 points against Roosevelt and 9 points against Lincoln. Number 30, Canyon Bauer, 6' senior, the South Dakota Gatorade Player of the Year. And rounding out the starting lineup for O'Gorman is Akoy, the 6'5 junior center, also a starter last year as well. So those are your O'Gorman Knights starters tonight. We'd like to thank Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes from the Barnes & Moore Group for sponsoring our starting lineups. And I'm a one-man show tonight, so I'll be broadcasting and I'll also be trying to run the video stream and run all our breaks. So folks, if you're watching the video stream and something happens, I do apologize in advance. I'm trying to do about 3 things at once here, so I'll do my best I can. Players are on the court. We're ready to go with Akoy, and Adam jumping up, and Pierre will have the ball first possession with Alec Miller, point guard number 3 with it, guarded by Luke Ronsick. Into Jack Maher. Over to Garrett Stout, who had a big game last night with 30 in the loss to Brookings. Here is Gray Zabel, guarded by Akoy. Good defense for O'Gorman. 18 on the shot clock, a 35-second shot clock here in high school. Zabel down the middle, passes back out to Maher. Thought about the 3, back to Zabel. Shot clock running down, only 6. Here is Stout over Cartwright and Akoy, and he is fouled by one of the 2. Akoy hit the deck. I'll see who the foul is on. It is Jack Cartwright picks up his first foul. Garrett Stout, terrific start to the season for him. He's averaging just about 22 points a ball game. The free throw line. First one is off the mark. Stout, a 6'1" junior guard. Knights have done well rebounding. As I mentioned earlier, they're plus 7.5 on the season through 2 games. Stout's second free throw is good. Pierre will do a little bit man-to-man pressure, it looks like, as Alec Miller is up on Luke Ronsick as Luke gets past the half-court line. Out to Jeremy Jones. the Washington transfer from last year. Here is Jack Cartwright, guarded by Paul Adam, who has good length at 6'6", very long and lanky. Here's Canyon Bauer driving, dishing back to no one. Jack has it now, 11 on the shot clock. Not a great first possession offensively for O'Gorman. Nice pass, though, by Bauer to Okoye. So Okoye hits a little layup from Canyon Bauer, 2-1 O'Gorman. Nice play by Canyon. There's about 10 on the shot clock. Nothing was going, and he drove and found Okoye. The Govs with their second possession of the ball game, passing around the perimeter. Knights in the man-to-man defense. Here is Stout off the screen, misses, and Okoye with the rebound. Here come the Knights up the front court with Jeremy Jones, the 6'3 senior. Over to Jack Cartwright, to Okoye, who thought about the three. Back to Jones. Over to Ronsick. Canyon Bauer around the perimeter, and Canyon down to Okoye. Back out to Jeremy Jones, who thought about the three. Going to drive it all the way. Misses it. Okoye with the offensive rebound and is fouled on the play. So a very active start for Okoye. We'll go to the free throw line where he is 7 for 12 on the season. That foul is on number 5, Paul Adam, his first, team's first. Okoye's first free throw rims out. I think he's very important for O'Gorman's success tonight. He's kind of struggled in the first 2 ball games getting involved. I think getting him touches early will go a long ways. Here's his second free throw up and too long, and Gray Zabel with the rebound. Nice shot. 69% from the free throw stripe through 2 ball games. Start 0 for 2 tonight. Bad pass by Miller, and that's a turnover as Stout can't grab it, and an over in the back call. So O'Gorman's defense right up at Pierre right now. Pierre having trouble getting to their sets offensively. Here is Luke Ronsick, the Mount Marty commit, with the ball. Canyon Bauer around Maher all the way, but misses a shot, and Gray Zabel with his second rebound. Canyon a little bit quicker than Maher, has got to the 10 twice now. Here is Pierre. Inside to Maher, over Bauer, airballs the fadeaway, and out of bounds to the Knights. That's kind of the spot, folks, where we're kind of right underneath the hoop, so you can't always see that bottom baseline. So Governors lose it, Knights with the ball. 5:32 left in the first quarter, O'Gorman 2, Pierre 1. Knights looking for their first win of the season, Pierre looking for their third win. Down low here is Okoye. Inside to Jeremy Jones. Pump fakes it up and scores. So Jeremy Jones gets his first basket. Nice pass by Okoye. Jones averaging 14.5 a game through the first 2. Knights leading scorer in the year. Down low to Maher, getting good position against Canyon Bauer. Goes through Canyon, gets hit in the arm, and his shot is no good. 2 big, strong kids there. The only difference is Maher is about 2 inches on Canyon. Canyon going at 6 foot. Maher about 6'2". Maher, both terrific football players, too. So Maher at the line, bends the knees. First free throw is way short. Talking to Coach Terry Becker about Maher, he just said he's playing with a lot more confidence this year, and that's been a big difference for him, averaging about 17 a game through the first couple ball games. Bends the knees. Second free throw is up, and it is good. In the game for O'Gorman is Zach Norton. And in the game for Pierre is number 15, Andrew Coverdale. Tipped away that time by Stout, who goes up about 5 rows into the crowd. Norton for O'Gorman is a 5'11 junior, and Coverdale for Pierre, number 15, is a 6-foot junior. Norton with the ball, guarded by Maher. Pierre playing man-to-man defense, so is O'Gorman. Here is Jeremy Jones, kind of a clear out. Okoye for 3, got it! Okoye from downtown. A baseball pass thrown by Stout to Zabel. So Okoye has 5 points in the early going. Knights up 7-2. 4:22 left in the first quarter. Here is Paul Adam, guarded by Cole Bruin, who's also checked in the game off the bench for O'Gorman. Here is Stout, jump stop in and out. Zabel try to grab it, doesn't. Okoye gets his second rebound. Brune up fast to Ronsick. Didn't shoot the three. Drives baseline. Okoye goes down. Jones for three. A little bit long. Nice tip by Ronsick. And oh, Norton missed the layup. Gets his rebound and scores. 9-2 O'Gorman. Zach Norton's first basket of the game. That was a nice little tip pass by Ronsick to Norton, who missed the bunny. Got his offensive rebound and scored. And head coach Terry Becker wants to call time for Pierre at 3:44 left in the first quarter. It's the O'Gorman Knights 9, the Pierre Governors 2. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on Real Presence Live, it's Straight Talk from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Central.
You're addressing critical Catholic issues in a fun way.
Straight Talk is your opportunity to share questions and comments on topics relating to the faith or on things happening in the world around us with our local hosts and priests.
My question is...
I have some questions about the bishop.
Very good questions.
Thanks for the guidance.
Straight Talk, 9:30 to 10 Central, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings on Real Presence Live.
And welcome back to Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. Brett Byler with the Real Presence Radio Network. Knights out to a quick start, 9-2 in the early going over the Pierre Governors. Here is Bennett Dean with the ball, who just checked in the ball game. Out to Gray Zabel, over to Andrew Coverdale. So Pierre has a couple of substitutions in the game. Brady Beck, the house, is in for O'Gorman. And Zabel around the house and scores. Gray Zabel's first basket of the game. That is two strong big boys down low at Gray Zabel, 6'6". Brady Beck at 6'8". Down low, here's Brandon Fisher. Oh, missed the layup. Good pass again by Ronsick, but Fisher blew the layup. Third rebound for Zabel. Here is Coverdale around Ronsick, who blocks the shot. Nice block by Luke. Here comes Luke up the front court. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Garrett Stout. Coach Terry Becker, not a fan of that call. Three-point attempt by Zach Norton is off on the inbounds play. Jack Maher with the rebound for Pierre. Here is Zabel, jump stops, passes it back out to Garrett Stout at the three-point stripe. Up to Andrew Coverdale, top of the key to Maher at the free throw line. Around Fisher, drives, airballs it. Off Cole Bruin, and it'll be back to Pierre. 2:28 left in the first quarter. O'Gorman 9, Pierre 4. You can watch a video stream on YouTube. Go to Real Presence Radio /Sioux Falls. You can find the stream. You can listen to it. You can watch it as well. Garrett Stout with it, guarded by Norton. Over to Coverdale, corner three over Cartwright, misses it. Oh, Zabel got the offensive rebound and missed it. I think he had more time than he thought. And O'Gorman will clear it with Jack Cartwright. Guarded closely by Coverdale, not much room at all. Here is Bruin for three, off the dribble, way long, and it is a loose ball, and Brandon Fisher with the offensive rebound for O'Gorman. To Cole, to Norton, to Brady Beck. So 4 subs and Jack Cartwright in the game for O'Gorman. Jack off the screen, hits the shot. That was a nice play by Coach Roby O'Gorman as Jack Cartwright came off 2 screens, caught the ball at the left elbow, squared up, and hit the 17-footer. 11-4 O'Gorman. 1:39 left here in the first quarter. Down low is Maher getting a crowd. Good defense by Fisher. Back out to Stout, who catches it in front of the O'Gorman bench. Gray Zabel looking inside to Maher. Doesn't have it. 10 on the shot clock. Here is Stout. Hands off to Coverdale. Good defense by O'Gorman here in the early going, and Pierre throws the ball away. Pierre has came into the game, folks, through their first 3 ball games, averaging 66 points a ball game. They have 4 right now. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Kenyon Bauer checking back in with Jeremy Jones. And Okoye back in. Coach Roby trying to find out what rotations work best, kind of what players fit best together, and that's usually what the first 5 or 6 games of the season's doing. You kind of do a little experimenting and see kind of who fits with who. Here is the Knights with it. Okoye out to a good start posting up Gray Zabel. Cartwright with it. Over to Fisher. for three is long, hits the top of the basket, which is out of bounds. The ball did bounce back in, but when you hit the top of the basket like that, that is out of play. I have a cool shot, though. It went in. Luke Ronsick back in, Fisher out. Brandon Fisher had a really good game against Sioux Falls Lincoln. Coach Roby mentioned him to me in the interview on Tuesday about how he thought Brandon Fisher really helped bring them back into that game. Here is good defense by Jeremy Jones on Paul Adam, who now gets it to Coverdale, almost out of bounds in front of the O'Gorman student sections. It's blackout theme tonight, so a lot of black you see in the O'Gorman student section. Here is Gray Zabel around Okoye, misses it, and Luke Ronsick with the rebound, and Coach Roby with that whistle, putting one finger up for one final shot here. There is really no difference in play clock and game clock. 29, or now it's 24 apiece. Good first quarter for O'Gorman, especially defensively, leading 11-4. 17 seconds left now as Luke Ronsick at the top of the key. Jack Cartwright with it now. Pierre in their man-to-man defense. 9 seconds left. Here is Luke, top of the key, around the Pierre defender, dishes out to Cartwright. Open three in the corners. Got it! Jack Cartwright with the three, and a great end to the quarter for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. After one quarter here at O'Gorman High School, it's the O'Gorman Knights 14, the Pierre Governors 4. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the start of the second quarter.
Relationships with its clients. I'm Andy Demore, financial advisor with the Barnes Demore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Thad Barnes and myself know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, and other financial needs.
Andy and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Big Rig Barbecue brings a Texas-style barbecue to South Dakota. They use a real wood smoker for all their meats, every single day. Big Rig Barbecue serves sliced brisket, pulled pork, chicken, and ribs. They offer pre-orders for smaller events and gatherings and cater for large events, including parties, meetings, and graduations. Big Rig Barbecue's new sit-down location is on the corner of 41st and Minnesota. Their website, bigrigbbbq.net.
And welcome back to Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. Brett Byler with you with the Real Presence Radio Network. O'Gorman, nice first quarter, leading 14-4 over Pierre. Luke Ronsick with the ball for the Knights, guarded by Alec Miller. Really good defensive quarter for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. Down low to Okoye, posting up against Maher, right around him and scores. Nice play by Okoye. So Okoye scores at 16-4 O'Gorman. 7 points for Okoye. And Jeremy Jones with the steal. Jones going all the way. Layup is good. 18-4 Sioux Falls O'Gorman right now. And everything is going right for O'Gorman. Wrong for Pierre Ronsick with the steal to Bauer, who gives it to Jack Cartwright for the basket. And a 6-0 run for O'Gorman to start the second quarter. Scored Knights 20, Pierre 4. 7:08 left in the second quarter. Terry Becker calls another timeout. He is not happy. We're going to take a quick break.
Fairtex Inc. is a locally owned and operated tax and bookkeeping company serving Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. We prepare tax returns for individuals and businesses and provide a range of financial services for small businesses. Fairtex Inc. is located at 1727 South Cleveland Avenue and can be reached at 605-336-1669 and online at fairtaxinc.com. Member NATP and NAEA.
Pregnant. One word, many emotions. Catholic Family Services provides free and confidential counseling to birth parents regardless of faith or ethnic origin. The birth parents will receive information and resources to help make the right decision for them. To inquire about the process, speak with the pregnancy counselor, or schedule an appointment, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775 or email cfs@sfcatholic.org.
And we're back at O'Gorman High School out of the timeout. Pierre with the ball, and Jack Maher is fouled by Jack Cartwright, which is Jack's second foul, and Maher to the line makes the first free throw. He has 2 points in the ball game. Coach Terry Becker can't be happy so far with what he's seen from Pierre, just totally getting outplayed in the early stages by O'Gorman, as Maher's second free throw is around and out. Knights with the ball on the court for O'Gorman in their white tops, white bottoms. Pierre, green tops and green bottoms with white letters. Luke Ronsick, Zach Norton, Kenyon Bauer, Jeremy Jones, and Akoy. So the 4 starters, and you add in Norton as Jeremy Jones hits the 18-footer. 4 points for Jeremy Jones for O'Gorman. And Adam throws it, looks like right off Coverdale's knee. So O'Gorman doing a little bit of a trap in the front court, and Pierre just having issues with it. They've had 3 turnovers here in the first minute 40 of the second quarter. 22-5 O'Gorman. Here is Cole Bruin, and that is a charge. Probably a good call as Garrett Stout took it. Had a couple of controversial charge calls last night during the O'Gorman girls, Lincoln girls ball game. Gray Zabel back in for Pierre. O'Gorman full court, man-to-man press. Like seeing that, something new we haven't really seen a ton in our history of covering O'Gorman. This is the 5th year, and Derek Roby, they don't press a lot. Down low is Maher around Jones, misses it. Akoy tips it. Jones picks it up. Knights on the 2-and-1. Nice pass to Norton. Too far underneath the hoop to Jeremy Jones for the layup. Great awareness by Zach that time as he kind of caught it under the hoop with the left hand, flipped it, and Jeremy Jones out to his hot start, 8 points. And Terry Becker is needing all his timeouts. He takes another one. This is a full 60-second timeout. We'll take a break as well. The score, O'Gorman 24, Pierre 5. 5:43 left here in the second quarter at Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School.
Hi, this is Mark Konzemius. In 1987, Bishop Paul Dudley and a group of business leaders started the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota to help raise, manage, and distribute God's gifts as determined by donors' intent. 28 years later, we continue to grow their vision and legacy of faith. Many choose the Catholic Community Foundation for the charitable giving because of our commitment to Catholic, moral, and social values. Learn more about how you can leave a legacy of faith through the Catholic Community Foundation at 605-988-3788 or visit cfesd.org.
Eide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides taxes, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 33 locations in 14 states, Eide Bailey is the workplace to 2,000 professionals. The firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Eide Bailey online at eidebailey.com. Eide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Back at O'Gorman High School, the Pierre Governors with the ball out of the full timeout by Terry Becker, trailing 24-5. Here is Gray Zabel over to Bennett Dean. Looked like a travel by Maher, not called. It has a rejection by the house, Brady Beck. Knights now to Cole Bruin all the way. Ooh, looked like he might have got fouled, no call. But Brandon Fisher is right there to put it back up. 26-5, O'Gorman, biggest lead of the season right now. 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Maher over Beck, and he scores. 4 for Maher. Might have been an and one, too. Look like Brady might have kind of got him over the hand. No call. And we got, it looks like a foul maybe on Brady Beck for an illegal screen. Beck's hard to miss at 6'8", 260 pounds. Going to play football at South Dakota State up in Brookings and go for offensive line. Beck and Canyon Bauer, 2 O'Gorman kids, commit to the Jackrabbits for football. 26-7 O'Gorman over Pierre. 4:50 left in the second quarter. Brandon Fisher took him down by the old floor monster there, got him. And Fisher is now hand-checking Gray Zabel to the hoop and gets a foul. That foul is a 16 foul for O'Gorman. One more and the Knights will be in the penalty. You're in Sioux Falls. I'm listening on the radio. You can tune it to 94.5 or 91.3 FM. Online at yourcatholicradiostation.com. Also on the mobile app, Real Presence Radio. Here is Maher, wide open 3. No one guarded him. Misses it. And Luke Ronsick climbing the ladder at 6 foot and gets the rebound. Guarded hard by Andrew Coverdale as he comes up the front court. Here is Bruin. Misses that, just a little bit off balance, and a good rebound by Jack Maher. 26-7 Knights, 4:17 here in the second quarter. O'Gorman's third ball game of the year, still looking for that first victory. Pierre 2-1, their fourth game. Foul again as Gray Zabel goes to the hoop. Looks like Gray has about 80 pounds on Brandon Fisher and about 3 inches right now. Second on Fish. 7th team foul for O'Gorman. That'll be a 1-1 now for Pierre. Gray Zabel, the 6'6" junior center, to the free throw line, averaging about 14 a game. Jeremy Jones in for Cole Bruin. Canyon Bauer also in. Zabel to the line. Bends the knees. Free throw is up and good. So Gray Zabel has 3, Jack Maher 4, and Garrett Stout 1 for the 8 pure points so far through about 12 minutes of play. Second free throw is good for Zabel. Pierre now a little bit of a pressure here as Norton with it. Gets through the pressure up to Canyon Bauer. So it's Bauer, Norton, Jeremy Jones, Eddie Myler in for the first time, and Luke Ronsick for O'Gorman. Coach Roby said it's okay if we call him Cousin Eddie. So if anyone's watched National Lampoon's Vacation, they know the reference. Who's played really well at a 6'6" sophomore center. Luke Ronsick loses the ball. Here comes Garrett Stout ahead to Maher, and Canyon Bauer got him as he was sweeping in for the layup. Just a nice hard foul by Canyon. Nothing dangerous or dirty about it. Putting Maher to the free throw line. A little bit over dribbling that play by Luke Ronsick caused the turnover there. So sometimes that happens. You get dribble a little bit too much and you have active hands defensively, turn it over, and Maher's free throw rolls through the side of the rim and out. So Okoye back in, Jack Cartwright back in for O'Gorman. 26-9, Knights leading, 3:41 left in the second quarter. Brandon Fisher in for Canyon Bauer. Fisher has 2 fouls, so maybe a little surprising. He's coming in, but he's replacing Canyon Bauer, who also has 2 fouls. Maher's free throw is good. 5 points for Jack Maher, leading Pierre. Knights lead is 16 right now. Here comes Jack Cartwright up the front court. Jeremy Jones around the arc to Norton, down low to Okoye, who kind of got pushed out by Zabel. Step back shot is way short. Fisher offensive rebound back to Okoye. Down low to Fisher, who misses the layup and he's fouled. I think it was Jack Maher who got him on the arm. Knights have done a lot of very good passing today, unselfish play we haven't seen in the first 2 ball games. That was a terrific pass by Okoye. Brandon Fisher's free throw is good. Fisher was 4 for 4 from the charity stripe against Sioux Falls Lincoln last Friday. 5 for 5 on the year. He has 3 points. He is a 6'1" senior. And second one is good. Ronsick is in for Jack Cartwright. On the court for the Govs, Gray Zabel, Andrew Coverdale, Garrett Stout, Jack Maher, and Bennett Dean. Another kind of a full court, little bit of a, looks like a man-to-man full court press for O'Gorman as Zabel, the center, brings it up. Not usually you have your center bring it up against the press, but Pierre did that time. Coverdale to Stout. High arcing 3 is good. Jeremy Jones is a little bit late getting around the screen there, and Garrett Stout, who had 30 last night against Brookings in the loss, has 4 tonight. Came into the ball game averaging about 22 a game. Here is Fisher. Jump shot from the corner is off, and Norton fighting with 2 Governors for the rebound, and O'Gorman will get it. O'Gorman has been quicker to the ball tonight than Pierre. Very noticeable second chance points, loose balls, just a quicker team tonight, but maybe that could be expected as Pierre played last night. O'Gorman has been off since last Friday. Fisher coming out of the game, Cole Bruin in. Jeremy Jones inbounding under the Pierre basket for O'Gorman to Jack Cartwright. Jack driving all the way, rolls in and out, tipped around out of bounds to the Knights. Jack did everything right except make the basket. So O'Gorman will get the ball. Leading 28-13, 2:34 left here in the second quarter. As Zach Norton, yes, and it counts. All the way to the hoop off the inbounds play, kind of a straight line, not very good defense by Pierre, and Norton will have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Bennett Dean on the foul. That's Norton's 4th point of the game. The 5'11 junior guard came into the game averaging 7 a game. This will be his first free throw attempt of the season, is good. Norton started for the better part of the second half of last season, also the starting quarterback for the Knights football team that went 9-2 on the season. Lost in the semifinal round to Brandon Valley, the eventual state champions. Three-pointer by Coverdale is nothing but nylon. Excuse me, that was Bennett Dean. So Pierre has hit a couple threes here in the last couple of possessions. Similar play calls as the offensive player is running around a couple of screens in the corner. Wide open threes, so good execution. Luke Ronsick in. Cole Bruin out. 31-16 Knights up. 2:10 left here in the second quarter. Jack Cartwright breaks the pressure. Over to Akoya. Baseline jam! Akoya with a dunk. I think that's the first time I've seen him dunk in a game. That was a jam. I hope people watching the video stream can see that play as the O'Gorman student section is beside themselves. I think Stout got fouled, misses a shot, and wow. Sorry if my voice cracked a little bit there. Akoya literally went baseline drive and a one-handed sledgehammer slam. So if we had a Real Presence Radio top 10 plays of the year, that will be in the running for sure. So we have a referee meeting now at center court. It's 33-16 Knights over Pierre. It looks like O'Gorman will be taking the ball out under the Pierre hoop. If Dan Johnson was here, I would guess there would be a yeah baby after that dunk. And maybe a microphone getting unplugged because of the excitement. So. And I still don't know really what. I'm sorry, folks. It's been about a minute here of referees talking to each other. And now it looks like it'll be Pierre ball under the O'Gorman hoop. And Gray Zabel and Akoya are having a good laugh together. And now all three referees are meeting. So it looks like they're going to give the ball to Pierre. And I think what they call is a foul on Zach Norton, but I don't know why it's taking about 45 seconds to figure out who gets the ball and where, but they finally do. And Zabel and Akoya still talking to each other. Friendly chatter. Here is Pierre again in the corner. Another three. That one is short by Paul Adam. Back to Garrett Stout. The ball was tipped by Ronsick. Zabel down low against Akoya. Leans in and scores over him. That's the one thing for Akoya. If you want to play basketball the next level, you got to keep getting stronger. And Zabel just went right through him that time. 33-18, O'Gorman leading Pierre. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Jack Cartwright coming in for Brandon Fisher. Cole Bruin coming in. And Zach Norton going out for the Knights. Put this in perspective, O'Gorman scored 48 points against Sioux Falls Lincoln last Friday night. They have 33 right now. So shooting the ball better, but what's really helped that is they're getting to the hoop a lot more than just standing outside shooting three-pointers. So we got a timeout for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here.
Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Have you ever thought about sponsoring programming on RPR? We want to partner with your business in keeping the call to a new evangelization alive throughout the upper Midwest. Underwriting on this station shows you are a leader in supporting this ministry and promotes your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about your options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
And we are back at Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School. Thanks for tuning in today, listening and watching wherever you are. The Knights leading Pierre 33-18. Cole Hardy out of bounds play, checking in for the first time. Misses a shot. He had 22 in the JV game to lead O'Gorman. And Pierre will come up with the ball, trailing 33-18. In low as Maher got Bruin in the air, misses it, and Okoye with the rebound. Jack Cartwright up to Cole Hardy. I think this might be Cole Hardy's first varsity action of the season. Luke Ronsick guarded closely by Coverdale in the corner. Down low, here's Okoye, back out to Jack Cartwright. And what's the call here? Is it 3 seconds on O'Gorman, or is it a foul on Pierre? Or a shot clock issue? There might be a shot clock issue here going on for O'Gorman. It's at 35 right now, which it shouldn't be because the possession's been going on for about probably a good 15 seconds. So as the referees are at the scorer's table trying to get that figured out, Knights leading 33-18. Coming up at halftime, it'll be the Knights of Columbus Insurance Agent Heath Dickelman halftime show. You'll hear an interview for Inside O'Gorman from O'Gorman football player Kenyon Bauer, who signed his letter of intent to go to South Dakota State. On Wednesday afternoon, O'Gorman had 11 athletes sign their letters of intent. I talked to Kenyon. You'll hear that interview in about 5 minutes at halftime. Knights now with the ball, 17 on the shot clock. We got that problem resolved. Here is Cole Hardy. Out to Luke Ronsick, now 10 the shot clock, 33 on the game clock. Driving is Ronsick. Hardy for three. Oh, in and out. He's had two really good looks, and this kind of rimmed out on him. Here is Pierre now. We're going to have the last shot if they want here of the second quarter, trailing by 15. If Pierre could get a three here in this possession and get to 12 at halftime, I think Coach Becker will be extremely happy with that. As much as O'Gorman's dominated the first half, that's an air ball by Coverdale. Here's Okoye, 7 seconds. Cartwright running 6. Bad pass knocked away by Stout. Ball on the ground. Oh, a couple Pierre guys fall over each other. I think everyone is okay. That was a really good play there by Garrett Stout because O'Gorman had like about a 2-on-1. And instead of doing the bounce pass, Jack tried to throw a jump pass and Stout knocked it down. So that's how the second quarter will end. So Sioux Falls O'Gorman leads 33-18 at halftime, looking for their first win of the season. Coming up next, you'll have the Knights halftime show brought to you by Heath Dickelman for the Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Have you ever thought about sponsoring programming on RPR? We want to partner with your business in keeping the call to a new evangelization alive throughout the upper Midwest. Underwriting on this station shows you are a leader in supporting this ministry and promotes your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about your options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Whether you need to be fitted with eyeglasses or contact lenses, or you need a comprehensive eye exam, Barnett Vision Clinic in Sioux Falls utilizes the latest technology and treatments available. Barnett Vision Clinic offers a wide selection of eye care products, including sunwear, eyewear, and contact lenses to fit your specific eye care needs. Barnett Vision Clinic offers a same-day pay for patients without vision coverage. Their number is 605-335-7757 or online at barnettvisionclinic.com.
Do you have daily pain and discomfort that includes headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness? Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic provides gentle adjusting, x-ray evaluation, rehabilitation, and massage therapy to treat these symptoms. Hagan Chiropractic Clinic is located on 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies for this Christmas season. From rosaries and medals to devotionals and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals give a gift with meaning that will last a lifetime. Crossroads also has a large selection of personalized gifts that make gift giving extra special. Crossroads Book and Music, 41st Street and Grange Avenue in Sioux Falls.
On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent, Heath Dickelman. With the Knights Halftime Show, here's your hosts, Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
And we're back. It's the Knights Halftime Show. The Knights with a big lead here at halftime. Boys looking for their first win of the season, leading the Pierre TF Riggs Governors by a score of 33-18. A ball game where O'Gorman got off to a good start, leading 14-4 after the first quarter. And a lot of contributions from a lot of different players tonight. We've seen Okoye by far have his best game of the season, has 9 points already in the first half. A thunderous dunk there at the end of the second quarter. Jeremy Jones has 9 points as well, and just very good unselfish play offensively. I think that's what stuck out to me. Great passing by O'Gorman. They're driving the ball about twice as much as they have in the previous 2 ball games. Their defense has been outstanding. They had a nice little trap going on at the start of the second quarter that got about 6 different transition points, 3 different baskets off of turnovers for Pierre. Pierre might be showing a little bit of fatigue from playing last night against Brookings, but overall, by far the best first half for Sioux Falls O'Gorman, or best half for O'Gorman this year through 2.5 ball games. Defense has been very good throughout the ball game, and offensively, they're executing the ball a lot better. They're just not settling for 3-point shots, and a lot of different guys have contributed for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. They got points from 5 different players, led by Okoye and Jeremy with 9, 7 for Jack Cartwright, 5 for Zach Norton, and 4 for Brandon Fisher off the bench. Pierre, 18 points. They got a little bit better offense going at the end of the second quarter. They got a couple corner threes to kind of get themselves in a little bit of a rhythm. They're led by Gray Zabel, who has 6, 5 for Jack Maher, 3 for Bennett Dean, and 4 for Garrett Stout for Coach Becker's ball squad. O'Gorman's handled the physicality pretty well. One thing we mentioned as keys to victory. Gray Zabel is a big, strong kid down low at 6'6". O'Gorman's Okoye and also Brandon Fisher have been a good job bodying him up. And Kenyon Bowers done a good job against Jack Maher, another kind of strong kid for Pierre as well. So overall, just a tremendous first half for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. You kind of got to go to the locker room now if you're Coach Roby and just tell them, all right, 1 half down. We just kind of got to start over at 0-0 and kind of go from there. So that's what's going on here for O'Gorman in the first half. We're going to take a break. When we come back from the commercial break, it's our Inside O'Gorman segment, sponsored by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. I sat down with Kenyon Bauer at O'Gorman National Letter of Intent Day this past Wednesday. We'll get to hear my interview with Kenyon after the break.
Whether you need to be fitted with...
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they're safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life, whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
I'm now joined by Canyon Bauer, who is going to South Dakota State University up in Brookings to play football. And I want to start back a little ways, Canyon. As a kid growing up, was playing college athletics or college football, was that on your mind at a young age?
Yes, it was. Growing up, I love college football to this day, and I'd always loved college football. I love watching it. My stepbrother actually played at Presentation, and I love going to his games. And now my brother plays at Northern, and I love the atmosphere of college football, and I'm super excited for the experience.
Where was the part in this process? Was it your sophomore year, freshman year, like when you're in high school and you kind of realize you may start getting noticed by coaches that kind of this dream of playing college football might actually become a reality?
My sophomore year, I kind of realized it because it was my first varsity. Jason and Shannon had talked to me about playing college football and what I wanted to play and recruiting and stuff like that, and that's when it really hit home that I could play college football somewhere.
What was the recruitment process like for you? Was there a favorite part of it? And just kind of talk about your process of, before you chose SDSU and leading up to it.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, the recruiting process was pretty crazy, but I mean, I loved it. I loved getting to go everywhere and do all the camps and compete everywhere. In the end, SDSU just ended up being the right fit for me.
And why in your mind was SDSU the right fit for you?
I loved the family atmosphere at SDSU. I felt like the coaches really put a lot of time and effort into recruiting me, and I felt the most wanted at SDSU.
And obviously you're going for athletics. Was there something academics or with the faith or something else with SDSU besides just the athletics that stood out to you?
The faith. Coach Stig does a great job of implicating faith into the players and stuff like that, and that really hit home because I really believe in my faith and everything, and I incorporate my faith within everything I do.
Recruiting is probably can be a stressful, can be an exciting thing, for an athlete. Who helped you along the process, or who did you kind of look to for advice, whether parents or siblings or coaches, that if you had questions or thoughts helped you get through this process?
I mean, obviously the Poppingas were a huge factor and help for me. My dad played college football for Northern, so he also helped me, and then my brother plays college football for Northern, so he helped me with the recruiting process and everything going on there.
Talk about Coach Poppinga and the Poppingas at O'Gorman. They got coached you the last 3 years. How helpful were they for you in the recruiting process and then playing in Jason's system? Do you think that'll help prepare you to play college football at CSU?
Yes, I mean, I loved playing for the Poppingas. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so thankful that they were able to coach me and that they were able to come here, and it was such a great experience.
And finally, your brother was here. He's playing at Northern now. Talking to your mom, I know you and him are very close. How has he helped you throughout your high school career and the advice you've got from him?
He criticizes me a lot, which is very good. I love being criticized by him. He watches my film with me. He takes me to the field and teaches me stuff that he's learned in college. We lift together all the time. Our relationship is so close, and I love it because it just keeps helping me grow as a person and as an athlete.
Thank you so much, Canyon. Good luck in your last part of O'Gorman and at SDSU.
Thank you.
That was Canyon Bauer, one of my favorite interviews this year. A terrific kid and going up to SDSU to play football. I thought it was really cool how he mentioned the faith up at SDSU and how that was part of the reason he went up there as well. Inside O'Gorman has been brought to you by Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. There are 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school is dedicated to our mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting a Catholic way of life through gospel values and academic excellence. Tonight's halftime show for the O'Gorman Knights has been brought to you by Heath Dickelman, your Knights of Columbus field agent for Sioux Falls and Southeast South Dakota area. For term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, and retirement planning, Heath can be contacted at 605-351-7978, Knights of Columbus Insurance. Second half underway now. Pierre with the ball, and we got a foul called on the Knights. Foul is on number 4, Luke Ronsick, his first. Gray Zabel to the free throw line. First free throw is up, and it rolls in. 7 points for Gray Zabel, and we got a break in time. I'll mention, besides Canyon, the other 10 athletes for O'Gorman who signed their letters of intent on Wednesday at the O'Gorman cafeteria. I was there. Here is the Knights with the ball. Down low is Jeremy Jones. Turnaround jumper is no good, and Zabel with the rebound. All the way to the hoop, and that is rejected by Okoye. Adam gets it back. Out to Maher. Looks like he might have traveled. Misses the shot. Adam on the offensive glass. Jones blocks it. Jones, and as I was going to say, he was getting a block, but he's also on the kid's back, and that's a foul on Jeremy. So a quick start for Pierre. A lot more energy here in the start of the second half. Knights a little slow out of the gates, and Paul Adam, a 6'6" junior, to the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. That's Paul Adams' first points of the ball game. Knights leading 33-20. Starting stages here of the third quarter at O'Gorman High School. 7:21 left in the third. Adams' second free throw is good as well. That's the one thing if you're O'Gorman is you don't want to start fouling a lot, stopping the clock when you're ahead, and putting Pierre to the line for freebies. 2 fouls already for O'Gorman in the first 40 seconds of the second half. Okoye driving to the hoop and is hit hard by the combination of Jack Maher and Gray Zabel, and Okoye to the line. I think driving the ball to the hoop had to be a huge emphasis for O'Gorman this week of practice. And O'Gorman does not get free throws that time. I thought for sure Okoye would be shooting. He's not, so he inbounds the ball to Eddie Myler. And there's a foul on Pierre. You can hear the slap from up here. I think it was Jack Maher. Okoye, yes, and it counts. Okoye with the basket. He's now in double figures with 11. And that foul is on number 12, Garrett Stout. Okoye misses a free throw, and Zabel with the rebound. Knights leading by 14. 6:49 left in the third quarter at O'Gorman High School. First home basketball game for the Knights this season. Pierre around the perimeter. Alec Miller with it. Here is Gray Zabel. Shot is off the back rim, front rim, and rebounded by Okoye. And there's a foul by Pierre that time on Adam, who gets helped up from the referee as Jack Cartwright was driving around him. That will be Adam's second foul. 4th team foul on Pierre, so he had 6 total fouls called in the first minute 30 here of the third quarter. Down goes Ronsick, who kept his dribble. Adam again goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Here is Jack for 3, is way short. And Zabel, who's closing in on 10 rebounds, gets that one. Pierre passing around the perimeter. Garrett Stout with it. Over in the corner now to Jack Maher against Okoye. Okoye, nice spin move using the glass and scores. 7 for Jack Maher. Pierre's already looked way better here in the first 2:30 as they did at any point in the first half. Here is the Knights. Luke Ronsick for 3 is off, and Zabel again with a rebound. Once that boy gets a rebound, you're not taking it away from him. Gray Zabel is a full-grown man. Luke Ronsick with the steal, though, to Jack Cartwright. Dishes it off to Eddie Myler, and Eddie with it. Scores. Eddie Myler with his first basket of the game on the nice assist from Jack Cartwright after the Luke Ronsick steal, and that's a timeout for Coach Derek Roby. 37-23, O'Gorman leading. 5:17 left here in the third quarter. It is a full timeout from O'Gorman, so we're going to step away right now as well with a commercial break.
Eide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides taxes, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 33 locations in 14 states, Eide Bailey is the workplace to 2,000 professionals. The firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Eide Bailey online at eidebailey.com. Eide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. You can also order online and they'll bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
And we are back at O'Gorman High School. Luke Ronsick got the steal on the inbounds play out of the timeout and scored for Sioux Falls O'Gorman to make it 39-23. That is Luke Ronsick on the ball game, his first basket. But then the Knights will get a foul on Jack Cartwright, and Paul Adam to the free throw line with his first free throw is good. The YouTube video stream of tonight's O'Gorman Knights basketball game has been brought to you by Big Rig Barbecue. Big Rig Barbecue serves sliced brisket, pulled pork, chicken, and ribs. Their weekday buffet is Tuesdays through Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Big Rig Barbecue's sit-down location is on the corner of 41st and Minnesota in Sioux Falls, and some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. They are just tremendous, Bob and Nicole are. So Big Rig Barbecue is our sponsor for our YouTube video stream. I want to thank them for their service to us. Knights with the ball. Jack Cartwright with it. That was a foul that last time on actually Paul Adam with it. Jack guarded by Garrett Stout. Trying for help. Gets it to Eddie Myler. To Luke Ronsick down to Okoye. Here is Zach Norton for threes. Got it. 8 points for Zach Norton on his first three-pointer of the game. Knights push their lead to 17 at 42-25. Pierre almost dribbled it out of bounds, and Ronsick hits it out of Coverdale's hands. It'll be Pierre ball. Knights have, the theme of the night is getting baskets inside tonight. They're, like I said, they're being a lot more aggressive offensively with their drives, and not a ton of three-point attempts today. Pierre with it in the corner is Maher, guarded by Okoye. Out to Coverdale, to Bennett Dean. Down low to Zabel against Myler, and Gray Zabel, nice little left-handed hook shot. 9 for Zabel. Knights have Cole Bruin, Zach Norton, Okoye on, and Zach all the way scores. Zach Norton has a good game going off the bench for O'Gorman. Sometimes all it takes a team, if you're struggling a little bit, is just to play a home game in front of your fans and kind of get the energy level up, and O'Gorman's had that throughout tonight. A lot better flow for them, and they'd had the first 2 ball games at Roosevelt and Lincoln too. Ball tipped out of bounds by Myler. It'll be Pierre ball. 44-27. Knights leading. 3:31 left in the third quarter. Eddie Myler checks out the house. Brady Beck is in. Garrett Stout inbounding for Pierre to Dean. Over to Stout in the corner. Guarded closely by Zach Norton. Pierre just kind of passing around the perimeter. Knights and man-to-man defense. Stout from 15 short. Tipped. Okoye with the rebound. Knights pushing up the court. Here is Bruin all the way. Kind of a crazy drive into traffic, and he gets fouled, I think, by Zabel maybe. Actually, it was on Bennett Dean. So Cole Bruin will go to the line for 2 free throws. First one is good. So that's his first basket of the ball game for the 6'4" senior. Bends the knees, flick of the wrist. Second one is a little strong. Loose ball, and Jeremy Jones with it for O'Gorman. Down low, here's Brady Beck against Zabel. There's two big boys. Beck spins, shoots, airballs it. And Ronsick with the rebound. Here is Jeremy Jones. Drives and loses the ball, but he'll go to the free throw line as a Pierre foul. Pierre racking up the fouls here. I believe that's their 7th team foul. It's on Maher, his 3rd. Jones to the free throw line on the season. He is he was 8 for 8 coming into the ball game in free throws. I was looking at his field goal percentage. He was 6 for 12, makes the first. Jones in double figures for the second time in 3 ball games. 10 points tonight. Knights at 46-27, 2:48 left in the third quarter from O'Gorman High School. Jones' second free throw is up and swish. Knights a little bit of token pressure as Ronsick guarding Coverdale. Knights' defense have been very impressive tonight. Just that tight man-to-man defense. Down low is Zabel against Beck. Zabel actually shoved Beck back a little bit but misses the bunny. He sure knows how to use that strength down low. When you can knock Brady Beck back, you're pretty strong. And there's a foul, I believe, maybe on Garrett Stout for being too aggressive on the Jeremy Jones. He is. 8 fouls for Coach Becker's Govs. Already only 2:20 left here in the third quarter, so they'll be in the penalty the rest of the way here. It's Jones back to the free throw line for O'Gorman. Takes a deep breath. Jeremy, a transfer from Washington, going to play O'Gorman his senior year. Free throw is up and good. Jeremy leads the Knights with 12 on the night. Also in double figures is Okoye with 11, Zach Norton with 10. Jones' free throw is in. Knights leading by 22 now, 49-27. As we approach the end of the third quarter. O'Gorman 0-2 on the season while Pierre is 2-1. Pierre off a back-to-back game here as they lost last night to Brookings and Pierre by 12. That's a block by Brady Beck on Zabel. Nice running the court with Norton all the way, and he scores. Zach Norton with the basket in transition. All O'Gorman tonight, folks. One of those games, O'Gorman's just kind of put it all together. Wide open is Stout for 3, a little off, and Jeremy Jones with the rebound. Jones over to Cartwright. Cole Bruin all the way, and he scores. So the Knights just kind of doing everything they want to Pierre right now as they lead by a game-high 26 points. 53-27. Maher is kind of doubled up. Knights looking for the jump ball, but I think it'll be a foul on Cole Bruin. His first or second, we'll see. Excuse me, on Brady Beck, his second. So Brady Beck checks out. Kenny and Bauer going to check in at the next dead ball. Pierre down low. Zabel. And there'll be a foul, I believe, on Brandon Fisher. Nice block attempt from the weak side by Jeremy Jones. And Fisher gets his 3rd. That's a 5th team foul for O'Gorman. And to the free throw line is Gray Zabel, the 6'6" junior center. Free throw is up and short. Canyon Bauer coming in, replacing Jeremy Jones. Okoye coming in for O'Gorman, replacing Brandon Fisher, who will leave with 3 fouls. Back to the action, Zabel with his 2nd free throw attempt. He leads Pierre with 9 on the night. He has 10 now. Has to be close to a double-double. We don't got a stats person here, but Zabel's been pulling down a ton of rebounds tonight as well as his 10 points. Cartwright to Cole Bruin. Over to Zach Norton, and he dribbles and misses a layup, and Zabel with another rebound. Gray will dribble it up the front court. Hand off to Garrett Stout. Stout's been kind of quiet, only 4 points tonight after having 30 last night. Swing it over in the corner. 3-point attempt is no good by Dean. And O'Gorman can hold for the final shot of the third quarter if they so please. 22 seconds left, no shot clock. Bauer up front with it, over to Cole Bruin. Jack Cartwright going to grab it from him. Now the Knights are going to do their offense with about 12 seconds left. Cartwright to Norton. For three is short. Rebound by Adam. Canyon Bauer takes it away and scores at the buzzer. So Canyon Bauer using that strength is to take the ball away from Paul Adam and score at the buzzer. Knights, after 3 quarters, lead Pierre by the score of 55-28 as the Knights' tremendous game so far.
Eide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides taxes, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 33 locations in 14 states, Eide Bailey is the workplace to 2,000 professionals. The firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Eide Bailey online at eidebailey.com. Eide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. You can also order online and they'll bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
And I'm back. Brett Byler, Real Presence Radio Network with you tonight. O'Gorman, big game tonight over the Pierre Governors through 3 quarters, leading Pierre by a score of 55-28. I'm running solo tonight. No Michael Promas tonight or Dan Johnson, but don't worry, folks. You're going to have those 2 terrific announcers back for Friday against Aberdeen Central. Next Friday, that is, in the Hoop City Classic up in Mitchell in the Corn Palace. Knights throw the ball kind of away, tipped out of bounds, first possession of the third quarter. OG will get the ball back on the court for the Knights. Luke Ronsick, Jack Cartwright, Canyon Bauer, and Luke Ronsick hits the 3. Jeremy Jones and Okoye. 5 points for Ronsick. You watch a video stream on YouTube, Real Presence Radio. Sioux Falls is what you need to search, and Maher misses the little bunny. Jeremy Jones with it, out to Jack Cartwright, to Luke Ronsick with it. Down low to Jones, pump fakes it, and scores. What a nice addition Jeremy Jones has been for O'Gorman. He has 15 tonight, had 20 against Roosevelt and 9 against Lincoln. So after missing or losing a couple big time scorers like Jaron Zwagerman last year, it looks like O'Gorman might have their new go-to scorer this year in Jeremy Jones, and there's a foul by the Knights. That's Luke Ronsick's second. That's the 6th foul on O'Gorman. Brandon Fisher in for Canyon Bauer. On the court for Pierre is Paul Adam, Gray Zabel, Jack Maher, Garrett Stout, Andrew Coverdale are the 5 for the Govs. Here is Adam. Good defense by Jones. That's another thing of Gorman. You kind of look at tonight, it's been all defense, and I think that's going to be, I think give that on Luke, because it looked like Luke had the steal and Zabel kind of shoved him out of the way, and I think now they're giving it on Luke Ronsick. It's a tough call if that's on Luke. Yeah, Luke Ronsick's 3rd foul. Looked like Ronsick, like I said, swiped the ball from Zabel. The ball was on the court, and Luke was going to pick it up, and Zabel kind of shoulder chucked him to the ground, and they give it a call on Luke. So Gray Zabel to the free throw line, having a 1-1 opportunity. Shot is good. And now we got a call on the rest. Was there a lane violation or a foul, or what's going on here? Shot was made by Zabel, so everything stands. He'll have one more free throw. Referees, another long discussion. I think they're going to have a foul on Jack Maher. His fourth. But they're going to let Zabel shoot the last free throw. So it's a 1-1. Zabel made the free throw, but they're going to give a foul on Maher on the make in the boxing out of the free throw, and Zabel makes the second one. And now the Knights are going to go walk down the court, and they're going to shoot free throws. I don't know if I've seen that in a long time in a basketball game. So it looks like the free throw shooter for O'Gorman is Okoye, I believe. As the referees are kind of explaining what happened to Coach Derek Roby right now. 60-30, O'Gorman leading Pierre. 6:46 left in the fourth quarter. Okoye shooting the 1-1 for O'Gorman. Free throw is good. 12 points for Okoye, a season high for him. He has one more. Nice crowd here at O'Gorman High School. Kind of a weird start time at 3 o'clock. It's actually a little earlier than 3 o'clock because of the quick junior varsity games. Okoye makes the second one. Knights up by 32 now. Knights still applying pressure on the Pierre Governors. Gray Zabel dribbling it up to Garrett Stout. Stout dribbling in, passes back out to Coverdale. Jeremy Jones falls down, and it is Paul Adam with the drive, and he gets fouled by O'Gorman. Maybe a wet spot in the court. Seen a couple players for O'Gorman slip in that area. Brandon Fisher slipped earlier. And actually it's Brandon Fisher with his fourth foul. 8th team foul for the Knights. Adam to the free throw line. Some other O'Gorman players are signed their letters of intent this Wednesday at the cafeteria at 1 o'clock. Kenyon Bauer, football, South Dakota State. Brady Beck, football, South Dakota State. Jenna Sutcliffe, golf, South Dakota State. Cole Bruin, basketball, Dakota State. Luke Ronsick, basketball, Mount Marty. Awadi Okoye, girls basketball, Wayne State. Bergen Linner, softball, Augustana. Jillian Barkus, girls soccer, Augustana, going to play for her dad. Jamie Renshaw, volleyball at Doane. Bailey Peterson, softball at Northern State. And Sophia Salter, golf at St. Thomas. So congratulations to those 11 O'Gorman athletes. The first free throw is missed by Paul Adam. We're going to have a few interviews I got at that day in upcoming O'Gorman ball games, halftime shows for Inside O'Gorman, so you can get ready for those coming up in the next couple of weeks. That free throw is made by Adam. His fourth point of the game. Pierre now trailing 62-31. Ronsick almost double dribbled it. Down low to Jeremy Jones. A clear out against Jack Maher. Dribbling in is Cartwright, who was rejected about to half court by Maher. Oof. Close to having it over and back, but Pierre does get it across the timeline. It's a nice block by Jack Maher. Zabel at the three-point stripe, a little far out of his range right now. Here is Stout dribbling in against Cartwright. Wild shot misses, and Jeremy Jones pulls down the rebound. Pushing it up to Fisher. Lines up the three, is a little long, and nice box out by Paul Adam. Up the front court is Andrew Coverdale. Over to Garrett Stout. Adam for three, a nice open look, a little long, and Jack Cartwright with the rebound to Okoye. Back to Jack. Knights doing a good job tonight on their defensive boards. Not many second chance scoring opportunities for Pierre. Okoye for three on the step back is good. Okoye. 16 points for the 6'5" junior post player. But to go look back through last year's stuff and see if that's Okoye's career high. If it isn't, it's really close. Here is Gray Zabel to Adam for three on the set shot, misses it, and Okoye rebounds it. Here comes the Knights. Jeremy Jones, a wild pass. Coverdale steals it. The Stout. Look like we got about 4 O'Gorman Knights ready to check in here. Line change. So Cole Bruin, Zach Norton, Brady Beck, and Eddie Myler in for O'Gorman. So Brandon Fisher, the only player that was on the court, remains. Here comes Zach Norton. Nice fancy dribbling. Here's Cole with it up top. Down low to Beck. Bruin for 3 is short. Beck fighting for the rebound, doesn't get it. Brandon Fisher gets his legs taken out from him. A couple of Pierre guys down, a lot of carnage on the court. Bruin for 3's got it. Oh boy, looked like a hockey scrum now, or a rugby scrum, excuse me, and ends up with a 3 for O'Gorman. Here is Gray Zabel for 3. Misses. O'Gorman with the rebound, up 68-31. 3:42 left here in the fourth quarter. A blowout. It's been all nights since the start of the ball game. A block shot for Pierre and a foul, I think, on Eddie Myler for O'Gorman. So Cousin Eddie gets the foul. His first, 9th team foul for O'Gorman. We're going to see a few players here in this last 3:35 for O'Gorman and get some varsity experience for the first time. Jordan Miller is the first one to check in for O'Gorman. Jordan Miller is a 5'9" junior. Also in is Cade Makuska. Reese Arbogast in for O'Gorman. See if I think I got all of them. And at the line is Jack Maher for Pierre. Maher's free throw is good. Gets a nice friendly roll. I have Maher down for 8 points tonight. Maher's second free throw is up and long. Rebound by Fisher. Arbogast up to Jordan Miller. Fisher down low to Eddie Myler. Eddie, should be a goaltending on Maher. It is, as Myler gets the reverse lay-in off the goaltend. That's 4 points for Myler. And Pierre is also going to bring in some substitutions right now. 4 new players for the Govs. Alec Miller is in. Matthew Lusk is in. Grant Judson is in, and James Mikinen is also in. So pretty much all the players for Pierre except Alec Miller, who started, are in the game for the first time, and O'Gorman as well. So we kind of got like a JV lineup out here right now in the last 3:16. Here is Pierre with the ball. Bennett Dean also in for Pierre. Lusk with it down low to Mikinen, misses it, gets his own rebound, and he scores it. Foul by O'Gorman. James Mikinen with the basket. I think Cade Makuska caught him on the arm for the foul. Knights crowd getting a little excited as Jonah Webben is in for the first time. Cole Hardy back in. He was in at the end of the second quarter, and he's going to check in for Brandon Fisher. This will be a nice win for O'Gorman as they enter Christmas at 1-2, and then they'll be in the Hoop City Classic on December 29th or 28th and 29th, and that's an air ball in the free throw for Pierre. 70-34, O'Gorman leading. 3:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Here comes Reese Arbogast up the front court. Cole Hardy driving to Jordan Miller. To Arbogast. Miller for 3. Oh, just a little bit long, and Alec Miller for Pierre with the rebound. Over to Matthew Lusk. Judson with it now for Pierre. Back to Lusk. Out to Dean, to Miller. Lusk with it, 14 on the shot clock, guarded by Arbogast. Down low to Mikkonen. Over to Miller, and Makuska gets the foul, so that'll send Alec Miller, the 5'8 senior guard, to the free throw line. Cade Makuska, second foul. About a minute of work here. Miller dribbles a couple times, free throw is up and good. He'll have one more. Free throw is long, and Cade Makuska with the rebound. Knights have doubled up Pierre exactly, 35-70. 2:13 left here in the ball game. Cole Hardy dribbles in, and his shot is good. Oops, excuse me, kind of popped that time as Cole Hardy scores. Cole had a very good JV game earlier today, 22 points to lead the JVers and Coach Weyenbach to an 83-27 victory. Here is Pierre with it. Running around the front court, guarded Alec Miller, guarded by Jordan Miller. Down low, here is Matthew Lutz. Looks like Maya traveled, no call, and Mikkonen will get back to the free throw line. The lefty will have 2 free throws. Pierre will play again after tonight. They'll be off for a little while, January 4th against Rapid City Stevens, and January 5th against Rapid City Central. So they'll be off till 2019 after tonight. Jack Cole back in, and Jacob Bird also in for O'Gorman. So Coach Roby really emptying his bench now. I don't know if there's anyone else on the bench who hasn't played today. And the free throw is up and good by Mikkonen. 72-36. Here is Reese Arbogast. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. To Jacob Bird. Had a terrific football season this year. Arbogast in the corner. To Makuska. In and out. Ball on the ground. To Jordan Miller. Arbogast. Miller for 3. Long. Back to Arbogast for 3 is good. Reese Arbogast from downtown. 75-36 O'Gorman. Crowd always gets a little bit extra excited when guys who don't normally play get in at the end of the games and they'll be able to score. Nice play by Pierre down low as Bennett Dean found Mikkonen for his 5th point. 40 seconds left, 75-38 O'Gorman. About a 10-second differential between the game and shot clock. So O'Gorman can shoot if they want or just kind of let the time expire as they flip it around the outside. Down low is Jacob Bird. Fade away is good. Jacob Bird with the fadeaway jump shot. Pierre with it, 10 seconds left. Judson over to Alec Miller. Looking for some daylight, guarded by Jordan Miller. No relation, and shot is good. And that's how the game will end. The final at O'Gorman High School. The Knight Boys 77, the Pierre Governors 40. That's O'Gorman's first victory of the 2018-2019 season. Start to finish victory for O'Gorman where they kind of led all the way through 14-4 after the first quarter. Never relinquished that lead at 15 at halftime. Up 27 at the end of 3 and end up winning by 37 over a Pierre team that came into the game at 2-1. So terrific victory. A lot of different contributions from a lot of different players tonight. We'll talk all about that in the Knights Locker Room Show, which is coming up, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic, which will be coming up after the break.
Big Rig Barbecue brings a Texas-style barbecue to South Dakota. They use a real wood smoker for all their meats, every single day. Big Rig Barbecue serves sliced brisket, pulled pork, chicken, and ribs. They offer pre-orders for smaller events and gatherings and cater for large events, including parties, meetings, and graduations. Big Rig Barbecue's new sit-down location is on the corner of 41st and Minnesota. Their website, bigrigbbbq.net.
Financial Benefits Company helps individuals and small businesses prepare for retirement. Financial Benefits Company's philosophy is safe principal, positive return. You can reach John Fritsch at 605-334-8086 and on the web at fbcjf.com. Financial Benefits Company is a proud sponsor of Catholic Radio.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on Real Presence Live, it's Straight Talk from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Central.
You're addressing critical Catholic issues in a fun way.
Straight Talk is your opportunity to share questions and comments on topics relating to the faith or on things happening in the world around us with our local hosts and priests.
My question is...
I have some questions about the bishop.
Very good questions.
Thanks for the guidance.
Straight Talk, 9:30 to 10 Central, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings on Real Presence Live.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jameson Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. For the Knights Locker Room Show, here's your hosts, Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
And we're back at O'Gorman High School. It's a great day to be a Knights fans if you're O'Gorman boys getting their first win of the season in very good fashion, 77-40, a blowout win over the Pierre Governors, who fall to 2-2 on the season. Knights improved to 1-2. End-to-end victory from start to finish. Pierre had never led at all during any part of the ball game, and it's just one of those ball games where about everything went right for O'Gorman, and really nothing went right for Pierre. O'Gorman's defense, I thought, was a big story of the game, which hopefully we can talk to Coach Roby about after this ball game. I thought they really set the tone from the start with tough man-to-man defense. Really made it hard on Pierre all night long to score. Pierre had 4 first-quarter points in the ball game, and the Knights kind of got the lead from 10 up until about 18 at the start of the second quarter. They got about 3 straight turnovers off a press, and it never got really any closer than about 12 at the end of the second quarter. A lot of different players contributed for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. As I mentioned, in the keys to victory, we needed Okoye to step up, and he did that. Season high for him, 16 points, which was a game high. Active on the glass as well, drove the ball with authority, had a thunderous jam in the second quarter. Jeremy Jones was terrific. Again, 15 points tonight for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. He's been a terrific addition from Sioux Falls Washington for his senior year. They got 12 off the bench from Zach Norton, who I thought played really well. There's a lot of different guys. Cole Bruin had 7. That's his season high for him. He was kind of struggling a little bit getting the flow the first 2 ball games of the season. And just a great team effort. I thought this was by far the best passing I've seen from O'Gorman. Really unselfish play where he had a lot of nice drives and a lot of nice dishes to different players. A lot of energy shown tonight by O'Gorman. Obviously the fresher team. Pierre did play last night, but the Knights were getting the 50-50 balls, and a lot to be happy with, I'm guessing, if you're Coach Derek Roby, with a terrific overall start-to-finish game for Sioux Falls O'Gorman's boys, a game that they needed to win after losing their first 2 games of the season to Roosevelt and Lincoln, respectively. You don't want to fall to 0-3 as you get ready for the the Hoop City Classic. It changed its name this year. Then that will be the Knights boys' next game, which will be next Friday at 6:30 up at the Corn Palace in Mitchell against Aberdeen Central. And then, depending on how that game goes, they'll play the next day at the Sanford Pentagon against either La Lemire, Indiana, or Findlay Prep out of Las Vegas, Nevada. We're listening to the Knights Locker Room Show, brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. I'm Brett Byler with the Real Presence Radio Network. We're going to take a commercial break. When we Come back, we'll continue the Knights locker room show. We'll get some more summary about what's going on in the game. We'll name our player of the game eventually, sponsored by Pizza Ranch, and we'll hopefully hear from O'Gorman basketball coach Derek Roby.
Big Rig Barbecue.
Do you have daily pain and discomfort that includes headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness? Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic provides gentle adjusting, x-ray evaluation, rehabilitation, and massage therapy to treat these symptoms. Hagan Chiropractic Clinic is located on 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
And welcome back to O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is Brett Byler with the Real Presence Radio Network with you today for the O'Gorman boys broadcast against the Pierre Governors. The Knights girls are also going to be in action later on tonight as they travel up to Pierre to take on the Lady Govs. That's a 7 o'clock start tonight. And how you can, we will, of course, since we're here, we're not going to be able to get up to Pierre for the girls game. So if you're wondering, as an O'Gorman fan, how can I watch or how can I listen to the O'Gorman girls basketball game, there's a couple different ways. John Winkler from KCCR 1240 AM up in Pierre will be broadcasting the game. It's a straight audio broadcast starting about 6:40 for his pregame show. The tip-off will be at 7 o'clock. I have a link on our Twitter page for his audio stream. Our Twitter page, RPR Sioux Falls, has that link. Just click on that. That'll take you to the audio stream. And also, Pierre does video stream games, but I don't believe they connect their audio. So their video stream can be found by going to searching Pierre High School, going to pierre.k12.sd.us, clicking on athletics, and clicking Pierre Governors live, and there will be a live stream of the ball game as well as Coach Colesru's girls will go for their 4th victory of the season against Pierre, who's 0-3 on the year as well. Let's run through the scoreboard right now as we're waiting for Coach Derek Roby. Other games going on tonight in AA boys. Watertown is at Aberdeen Central at 7 o'clock. Another 7 o'clock start is number 3 Sioux Falls Lincoln. They'll be taking on number 2 Sioux Falls Roosevelt at Roosevelt High School. That's a great matchup. Lincoln 3-0 on the year. Roosevelt 3-1 on the year. And Harrisburg is at Yankton, who's the number 1 team in state, at 7 o'clock. Yankton's off to a 4-0 start led by Matthew Morris, a terrific basketball player. That's actually a rematch of last year's state title game, which was won by Yankton in dramatic fashion at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Sub-varsity scores for O'Gorman today. The JV for O'Gorman won 83-27. The JV for O'Gorman is led by Cole Hardy, who had 22 points. Also, the freshman A team won for O'Gorman, led by Jacob Stewart and Manny Struck, who had 11 points. John Costello had 10 points. The O'Gorman sophomores won 65-25. I did not get a score on the freshman B team for O'Gorman. AA girls tonight, as I mentioned earlier, O'Gorman girls are at Pierre. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. The Aberdeen Central girls are at Watertown as well. That's a 7 o'clock start there. So that scoreboard update has been brought to you by Jamison Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor. Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get their value from their businesses. Jamison can be reached at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have O'Gorman boys basketball coach Derek Roby with us.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they're safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life, whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Andrew and Thad can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, and other financial needs. Andrew and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley, Smith Barney LLC, member SIPC.
And welcome back to O'Gorman High School. It's now time for our post-game interview with O'Gorman boys basketball coach Derek Roby, whose team had a terrific win tonight over Pierre, which is their first win of the season. First home game of the season, 77-40. A game, Coach, you led all the way. I don't think Pierre ever had a lead. You led 14-4 after the first quarter. You had a really nice spurt at the start of the second quarter with some defense leading to offense, and I thought your defense really set the tone really from the first possession of the game where we got a foul, but we were right up in them. They only got 4 first quarter points, and I think when you play good defense, sometimes that almost leads to better offense. What were you thinking of the start your boys got off to against Pierre?
Well, I was certainly pleased. I mean, you know, the last couple games we've been struggling with that, and you know, we talked about it. We just let's do whatever we can to, you know, get the momentum first. And like you know, Brett, getting the momentum first to us is not necessarily scoring first, but making a big play first, whether it's taking a charge, getting a rebound, getting after a loose basketball. Certainly scoring would help, but you don't have to score to get the momentum first. But I thought our guys got the momentum first. Actually, they did score first. They hit that free throw.
Oh.
So we were down 1-0, I think. Okay. But I'm really proud of our guys. You know, it's been a grind this week. You know, I'm thinking that they're happy that we got a win because I've been grumpy, to say the least.
I would say you might have been a little grumpy this week, Coach.
I was. And
Holiday Grinch.
Well, I'll admit it. And you know, I love that part of the coaching. Not that I love being grumpy. I don't mean that. I love the part of coaching where you're trying to, the challenges that come up, and you're trying to figure out how to, again, you know, build a team and to adjust teams and lineups and to try to gel. And, you know, I really felt for our guys because it's not like we've been playing bad basketball the first couple games. You know, we went against 2 really good basketball teams. So we're trying to keep everything in perspective as far as starting the year 0-2. You know, we had an opportunity to win both those games, and we didn't shoot very well. So I think a lot of it was just we just haven't been shooting the basketball very well, and that's why we needed a game like this to get the momentum first. You know, let everybody relax and right. Again, you know, get a couple easy baskets, if you will, pushes to the hole, and really happy for our guys to be able to do this right before the holiday break.
How much of an emphasis was it this week of driving the ball strong to the basket? We saw post players right away. Canyon had a couple nice drives in the first quarter. Okoye had some nice drives. It felt like everyone offensively, it wasn't, we're going to settle for jump shots and three-pointers. We're going to get our butts to the hoop, and we had some really nice drives and dishes too.
Well, that's certainly true. You're right. I mean, we had an emphasis on getting some post touches. And when we say that, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a post shot. So we're trying to get some post touches and maybe a kick out or even a push to the basket. And you're right, our guys really, early on especially, the lanes kind of opened up. It was like they parted the sea for us a little bit, and we were able to get some easy baskets. But it was a little frustrating because we missed a lot of layups. We missed a lot of gimmies early on. I mean, right after that dunk by Okoye, I think that was at 33. We went a while without scoring again. I think the guys thought the game was over. So there was a little frustrating parts of the game. But, you know, there again, we're proud to get the first W to win at home. And, again, right before Christmas break.
What did you see from Okoye tonight? He had 16 points, which I know is a season high, of course. A player that might have been struggling a little bit just getting the flow offensively in the first 2 ball games. I thought he was great on the boards and also great on the offensive end. Just an overall good game from a player like that who I think kind of needed it after a couple not as good games for him the first 2 games.
He did, just to have a little swagger, if you will, because Okoye's obviously a returning starter for us. And, you know, he just got off to a bad start or a poor start the first couple games. You know, we gave him some looks, and he was out of position, and I'm guessing if you would ask him, he'd just tell you he didn't play very well. He had a lot of energy, and he did a lot of stuff on the boards, but offensively, we just couldn't get him going. Well, he got himself going today. We gave him a couple easy looks, and certainly that helps when he shows up ready to play, because I thought he really did a good job. Of that dunk he had was, and I've seen a lot of dunks in high school. That might have been one of the, the better ones I've ever seen. Right up over the top, or at least it looked like to me. Yeah, he was going right over the top of somebody, and him and his long arms extended out. So fun for him just to get it going. I certainly thought that kind of got the crowd going
Absolutely.
a little bit. What a great highlight for him.
I was saying, if Real Presence Radio had a top 5 plays for the year, that would definitely be a top candidate for that. Your defense coach, I know talking to you on Tuesday, you were a little bit worried about Pierre's physicality during the ball games. They have the Zabel kid's a big lineman in football, huge kid. The Maher kid's a big, strong kid. A lot of football players. How do you felt like you handled their physicality tonight?
There was times we got buried, but again, that's their strength. That's their personnel, their team chemistry. They're very post-orientated, if you will. So, I thought we got ourselves buried at times, and sometimes we just got out of position. But there again, we tried to battle. Brady Beck came in and gave us that also needed size. Brady played great, I thought, came in, and Brady's the type of kid who's not going to play 20 minutes at a crack here. He's going to play 2 or 3, get him out, get him a breather, bring him back in type thing. And, Brady's done everything we've asked him to do. In fact, he's been a tremendous leader to try to teach our younger guys like Eddie, Myler.
Cousin Eddie.
Okay. He's in that position of teaching and handling that role. He did just a tremendous leader, a tremendous senior. So we're really fortunate that he, not only did he play great today for us in this scenario, but he's just doing a great job of being a leader and handling his situation.
Finally, Coach, before I let you go, we're going to have a week off. We'll be playing in the Hoop City Classic up at the Corn Palace against Aberdeen Central next Friday night at 6:30, and then we play at the Pentagon the following night against either Lalamere or Findlay Prep. Kind of what's the process like? We have Christmas coming up on Tuesday, Christmas Eve on Monday. What are you going to do to prepare for that tournament?
Well, first and foremost, Brett, this is a family holiday, and I love how the state mandates that we have that time off. Excuse me. So we'll just rest and get ready, I guess.
Coach Roby is having a little, I think his throat is dying after a lot of, I wouldn't say yelling tonight, though, probably a lot of good instruction to your players tonight.
Well,
right?
That's probably true. I was going to take your water, and I thought I better not. So thanks for bearing with it. But to answer your question, we're going to take a little bit of time off. We're not going to do anything tomorrow, and the state mandates that from Sunday up until next week, Wednesday. So we'll get together on Thursday, the day before the Classic, and hopefully that's enough. But, they need the time off. I'm a big believer in the family holiday, and I want them to share the time with their family and to be able to get away from it mentally, because it's a grind when we get back. So,
absolutely, Coach. Well, appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thanks again. Great win, and a Merry Christmas to you.
You too, Brett. Thank you for everything.
That was O'Gorman boys coach Derek Roby. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the Knights Locker Room show.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they're safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life, whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Andrew and Thad can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, and other financial needs. Andrew and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley, Smith Barney LLC, member SIPC.
And we're back at Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School one final time here before we close our broadcast. You just listened to my interview with O'Gorman basketball coach Derek Roby. great win for the Knights tonight, 77-40 over Pierre. Obviously a very happy coach getting their first win of the season tonight. Now it's time to name our O'Gorman Knights Player of the Game. The Player of the Game is brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch has daily specials and a fun zone for your kids to play in. Pizza Ranch can be contacted by calling 271-8646. So a lot of different players we could choose from tonight. So many O'Gorman players played really well. I think it starts with the player we talked recently about with Coach Roby on the interview is Okoye, the 6'5 junior. Led O'Gorman with 16 points. Very active on the defensive glass as well. Brought a great energy tonight. Drove the ball. Had some nice post plays. Hit a couple threes. He just by far had his best game of the season. Maybe the best game of his career at O'Gorman, and a thunderous jam in the second quarter. One of the best ones I have seen in 5 years of covering O'Gorman. So the Knights Player of the Game tonight is Okoye. I want to congratulate him on a tremendous game, and just a lot of O'Gorman players played really well tonight. You just kind of can go down the line from Jeremy Jones to a Jack Cartwright, Zach Norton, Cole Bruin. Just terrific effort from a lot of different teams, a lot of different players at Sioux Falls O'Gorman. So what's up next for Sioux Falls O'Gorman? They'll play at the Hoop City Classic at the Corn Palace in Mitchell next Friday, December 28th at 6:30 p.m. against Aberdeen Central. Michael Promus and Dan Johnson will have the call for that ball game. And then they'll play the next day on Saturday either at 5 or 9:30 at the Sanford Pentagon against either Findlay Prep from Las Vegas or La Lemire, Indiana, depending on how they do. I want to mention really quick the Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls are playing tonight in Pierre. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. The pregame show for KCCR 1240 a.m. in Pierre by John Winkler will start at 6:40. You can listen to his audio stream. You can find that by going to our Twitter page at RPR Sioux Falls. You also find the video stream link on our Twitter page as well for that game. We wish Coach Colesrud and his girls good luck tonight. Then after that, the O'Gorman girls' next game isn't till January 5th, which is in Watertown at 7 p.m. The Knights Locker Room Show has been brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. I want to thank Dr. Mark for sponsoring the Knights post-game show. Oh, I was trying to find my read. I found it. I'm doing about 3 things here at once, so it's kind of, bear with me here, folks. So Dr. Mark Hagan for headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness. Dr. Mark can be reached at 361-OUCH. Good hands for bad backs. So I want to thank Dr. Mark for sponsoring our locker room show. Also want to make a quick mention, if today's game is being brought to you in part by the generous support of you, our donors. Real Presence Radio is 100% donor support. We ask that you prayerfully consider making a secure, tax-deductible gift by going to yourcatholicradiostation.com. Your gift ensures that we can continue to bring you programming like tonight's O'Gorman game, but also the very best local and national Catholic radio shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want to do a quick shout out to the 2 guys who normally do the broadcast for us, and Michael Promus and Dan Johnson. Neither one of them could be here tonight. Michael and Dan are volunteers for Real Presence Radio, so they don't get paid for what they do for us. They do a lot of broadcasts throughout the year, a lot of work behind the scenes to help bring the best product we can to our viewers and listeners, and they are just a blessing for Real Presence Radio to have 2 hard-working people like them throughout the days working hard to bring you the best coverage of O'Gorman sports that we can do. So I want to thank Michael and Dan for everything. I want to wish everyone on the listening, viewing, however you are, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'm glad to be able to close the night down with a O'Gorman boys basketball victory over Pierre by a final score of 77-40 tonight. We'll be back with you next Friday up in Mitchell at 6:30 for O'Gorman boys versus Aberdeen Central. Everyone have a very Merry Christmas.
On Real Presence Radio, this has been O'Gorman Knights Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Hagan Chiropractic Clinic, Mini Critters, Barnett Vision Clinic, Crossroads, the Barnes DeMoor Group Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley, Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, Jeff Alvey with Fair Tax Inc., John Fritsch with the Financial Benefits Company, Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent Heath Dickelman, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Ide Bailey, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Mark Promis with Providence Financial, Big Rig Barbecue, and Jameson Rounds Managing Partner of Value Visor.
The preceding O'Gorman Nights activity has been a special presentation of Real Presence Radio Network. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming.